Okay, so I was gonna just read these by myself, but I read this first guy's skill, and he's insane. So at least he looks insane. We'll see. But basically, first skill attacks enemy 3 times to inflict continuous damage with a 30% chance each. Really good with continuous damage. He's HP type, so he's a bruiser. Attack all enemies to decrease their attack bar by 30% with a 50% chance, and decrease their attack speed for 2 turns for a 50% chance. That'll probably go up to like 70% chance, maybe 100%. We don't know with skill ups. Not yet, at least. And the passive is actually what I'm looking at. When you are attacked during an enemy's turn, decrease the damage taken by 50% and resist harmful effects. I'm assuming resist harmful effects by 50%, but it just says and resist harmful effects. Is it resist everything? I don't know. But the next one, and then and after it does that, and then attack all enemies, remove one beneficial effect with a 70% chance. So it's like a vertihill. So no, it's like a kinky that attacks all enemies and strips. What? And it just takes. It's like a kinky mixed with the wind monkey, with the and mixed with I think what is it, the fire monkey that has super high res. That seems pretty good. Obviously, we'll have to see how it actually turns out. But skills, additional damage on him is not terrible. Second skill doesn't really do anything, but third skill removes harmful effects. It strips, so if they go first, it goes in strips. It's actually pretty good. It's a 5-star, by the way. The water one is a 4-star, and it is an attack type, though. Attacks enemy 3 times and leaves continuous damage. Yes. Attacks enemy 2 times and decreases their attack bar. Wait, what? Okay, the attacks enemy 2 times. 2 times increase your attack bar by okay, 25% when it as a critical hit. The damage dealt increases as the enemy's decreases. Okay, this is the same one as the dark one that we saw earlier. Decrease the damage taken by 50% and increase the damage dealt by 100% when your HP is at 23% or below. Decrease the damage taken. That's interesting. It feels like a bruiser, but it's attack type, but it's also a 4-star. We'll see. Skills don't really go that well together. The wind one, also 5-star. And also attack type. Attack the enemy 3 times, continuous damage. Yes, attack all enemies to decrease their attack bar by 30%. This is the same as the fire one. So attacks all enemies, decrease speed and attack bar. The third on that third skill is not passive. Attacks the enemy 5 times. Each hit grants Oblivion for 2 turns. Wait, attacks the enemy 5 times. Each hit grants Oblivion for 2 turns. Decreases their attack power for 2 turns. Deals additional damage according to the difference between your attack power and the target's. That's super. Actually, could be good in Siege. Because Oblivion attack power decrease and does more damage if they're lower attack than you. So that could be pretty good in Siege, maybe even a decent in RTA. That's not bad. And it's a 5-star. The light one is a 4-star. Attacks enemy, same first skill. Attacks enemy 3 times and does dots. Attacks all enemies. Attacks all enemies to decrease their attack bar by 30% with this term. Okay, yeah. Decrease attack bar and slows. This third skill is a passive. Decrease the enemy's attack bar by 20% whenever you attack. Okay, so decrease that attack bar by 20% whenever you attack. I think that's like Lauren. In addition, increase your attack bar by 50% if the attack bar you decreased. Wait, of the attack bar you decreased. Oh, decrease the enemy's attack bar by 20%. Oh, okay. By 20%, so it's like increased by 10%. Interesting. I think he's honestly okay. So he's really he turn cycles a ton. I think he's gonna be pretty good on despair. Yeah, maybe revenge. Maybe we'll see. So basically, it decreases their attack bar, increases his own attack bar, so he can decrease more of their attack bar. and first skill does decent dots. He's a support type, so that does make sense. He actually does seem decent. The dark one we've already seen. He basically has the same second skill as the which one? This one, the water one. So it's attack 2 times, increases its own attack bar, does more damage if they're low on HP. And the third skill is let me see. It grants soul protection on itself. It takes the enemy and puts and if it kills the enemy, it does not go on cooldown, and then it will also do the damage, the excess damage on the next time you use this skill. But it's an LE5, so I do think it does look cool. Next one, the fire one is the okay. I don't know how to say this guy's name, but the fire one is attack type and 4-star. Attack the enemy 3 times to absorb attack bar by 10% for each chance. That's not bad. Attacks the enemy 3 times to remove one beneficial effect with a 40% chance each. When used on an enemy with no beneficial effects, this skill is activated after attacking the enemy first with Bak. Okay, what? When used on an enemy with no beneficial effects, the skill is activated after attacking the enemy first with. Ooh. So, if they don't have any beneficial effects, and then you can go first skill, second skill, to do more damage. Interesting. Interesting. Or it can just use the second skill, strip. I'm assuming that's how it works, but that actually doesn't look bad at all. It kinds me of the light the unit that just can, I don't know, those guys, I can't remember. But it's passive. But the third skill is a passive. Leave branding effect for 2 turns with a 30% chance on each attack. When attacking an enemy granted with a beneficial effect, Hawk, okay, is activated in succession after the attack. Wow. This guy is a 4-star and he actually looks pretty cool. So okay, wow, he does like combos. This is actually cool. So he can go third skill? No, second skill to second skill with his passive. And then first skill into second skill. Like what? This guy's crazy. This guy's actually looks so cool. If I get him, I might build him, but I don't think I'm gonna have any skill ups for him. We'll see. He actually does look cool. I'm gonna be honest. That guy looks cool, and his like combos, like it's like a combo. It's actually like a combo tags. It's actually really cool concept. Okay, this water one, I can't remember if this is one we've seen. No, it is not. Okay, let's see what it says. Attacks enemy 3 times to absorb attack bar by 10% for each attack. Okay. Second skill, attacks the enemy 4 times, 4 times to deal damage. Attacks the enemy 4 times to deal damage that ignores all damage reduction effects. The damage dealt increases by 50% of the enemy's if the enemy is granted with a beneficial effect. 4 times. Okay, so this is the same as the wind one. Second skill. This third skill is increase your attack speed for 3 turns and attacks the enemy to set its attack bar to 0. At this time, increase your attack bar by the attack bar you decreased. Attacks enemies, increase your attack speed by. Interesting. Seems like an RTA/siege unit. Attacks the enemy 4 times. It ignores beneficial effects. The third skill will set their bar to 0, increase your bar by how much it decreased, and it'll give itself an attack speed boost. That's actually not bad, and it absorbs with skill 1. This one's not bad. Wind one, I think we've already seen this one. Attacks 3 times to absorb. Same second skill. Will do more damage if they have beneficial effects. Will the increase? Yes, it does, and it'll also ignore reduction effects. So we'll ignore defense breaks, etc., etc., and immunity and stuff like that. Not immunity, but invincibility. That's what I'm trying to say. This light one is a 5 LD5. Let's see what his abilities are. This is the one that says Shizzle says he wants. So I honestly think this one is going to be similar to the fire one, but I haven't read them yet. So attack the enemy 3 times to absorb attack bar. Yes, same skill. Attacks the enemy 4 times to deal damage that ignores all damage reduction effects. The damage dealt increases by 50% if the enemy is granted with a beneficial effect. So same with these two. It has the same third skill. Second skill. Third skill is a passive. Always gains attribute advantage when you are attacked by an enemy. Always grants attribute advantage when you are attacked by an enemy. Increase your attack speed by 20% up to 200% whenever you are attacked or attacking an enemy. Automatic effect. Okay, so he always has element advantage when he's attacked. So I'm assuming they have element disadvantage. I'm assuming that's how that works. And then he gains more speed every time he attacks and more every time he um gets attacked. And attacks the enemy 4 times. Okay, he seems interesting. He seems like an exclusive, almost exclusively an RTA unit and maybe a siege defense unit, but I'm not sure. I don't really know how much I like him. I really like this one. He's not like this one. This is not the combos. This guy's comboing off. I wish this was a 5-star, so it would have better stats. Oh, so bad. But he just doesn't. The dark one is an LD4, so maybe you'll get it. I don't know. Attacks the enemy 3 times to absorb. Yes, to absorb attack bar. Attacks the enemy 3 times to remove one special effect with a 50% chance each when used on an enemy with no beneficial effects. The skill is automatically activated after attacking the enemies first with the buck. Okay, so this is the same thing. So it's if you use first skill and they don't have beneficial effects, it will use the second skill. Right? When used on an enemy with no beneficial effects, yes. Third skill is an actual third skill, not like the fire one. Activates Okay, activates third skill with a 10% chance on each attack or with a 50% chance upon successfully removing a beneficial effect. When the skill is used, attacks the enemy with a first skill, which connects to and 3 additional hits, which connects to. Okay, this is kind of crazy. So if he does second skill, strips, he will do third skill, and then first skill, and then third skill. No. So he can do second skill, proc into third skill, and then if he procs into third skill, he'll go into first skill, which then he'll go into second skill. This is crazy, bro. This is what I want. I don't want this one. This one's trash. This one's crazy. I mean, this one's not trash. This one's cool as well. This is basically the budget version of this. This is so cool. And if you just use third skill, and then he will just use third skill, go into first skill, then go into second skill. Wait, no, I think he only goes into second skill if the enemy does not have any debuffs. But if you do have not any buffs, I should say. This guy is actually kind of cool. I really want this one. Out of all the LD4s so far, obviously we've only seen 2. I want this one really bad. This one's actually really cool. I honestly want this one more than the LD5, just because this guy LD5 is not my playstyle. I have an LD5 that is S tier, and it's not my playstyle. I just don't like it though, so I just don't like it. So it's like whatever. But that's cool. I really like this guy. He seems really cool. This fire Paul. I don't remember. Honestly, don't remember which one we've seen. I will recognize it when I read though. Okay, this fire one is a 4. It's a 5-star HP type. They're all HP types. Yeah, they're all HP types. The 4 stars are the LDs. So this guy is the one that is hard to skill. Okay. For fire one, attacks the enemy to provoke them for 1 turn. Okay, attacks the enemy attacks the enemy 2 times. The first hit grants the irresistible effect for 2 turns with a 30% chance. And the second hit stuns for 1 turn with a 50% chance. The damage of this attack is proportional to your max HP. Okay, that's cool. So it's like a okay, so it gives them irresistible, and then it also stuns. Interesting. It's not a crazy skill. Nothing but it also does scale on his HP, which is very good. Hopefully this first skill also does scale with his HP, but it doesn't look like it does. Third skill is not passive, increases. Oh, I think this is the. Okay, the third skill is Big Bang Phoenix Smasher. Okay, increase the attack bar of all allies by 15% and attacks the enemy to deal damage proportional to your max HP. Deals additional damage by 30% of your max HP when this attack does not land as a critical glancing hit. And when this does additional damage, 30% of your max HP when this attack does not land as a glancing. Okay, so increases your all of your teammates' attack bar, right? Increase the attack bar of all allies by 50%, then does damage proportion to a single target. Does the damage to proportion? Yes, does the damage to a single target to your max HP, and if it doesn't glance, it'll deal additional 30% damage. This isn't terrible. It's not crazy though. He's like a bruiser, siege or RTA unit. That's what it looks like at least. He's no debuffs. I mean, he is a stun, I guess. He's stun and irresistible and provoke. So I guess he does have decent amount of debuffs. His third skill doesn't really do a crazy amount, but it does increase your own attack bar, which is pretty cool. It's kind of all over the place, but he's okay. He's okay. Nothing crazy. And then the water one attacks the enemy to provoke for 1 turn. Okay. Attacks the enemy 3 times to decrease the attack speed for. Okay, decrease the attack. Okay, yeah. Attacks enemy 3 times to decrease the attack speed for 2 turns with a 50% chance each. Recover your HP by 10% when attacking an enemy granted with a harmful effect. Okay, that's not bad. Attacks enemies. Okay, does not strip. That's cool. I think this is the one we've seen before. Yes, this is the one we've seen actually. This is their third skill is a passive, and then glancing when glancing occurs with a 30% chance when you are attacked. When receiving glancing hit goes under the threat state with enemies attack with a single target for 1 time. Okay, so he's a bruiser. He's like I said before, he's not crazy. But this one. Text enemy to revoke 1 time. This one we have not seen. Is a 5-star and HP type. They're all HP types. Attacks enemy 2 times. The first hit grants a irresistible effect for 2 turns with a 30% chance. And the second hit stuns for 1 turn. Damage is according to your max HP. Third skill is passive. Grants immunity against attack bar reduction effects. In addition, increases the attack bar of all allies by 15% whenever an ally's skill cooldown is increased. So this is like an all-over Chung Pong nerf. So if they increase your attack increase your cooldowns. The enemy increases your skill cooldowns, then he will go and increase everybody's attack bar by 15%. He seems like a situational RTA unit and maybe siege unit. Kind of like I want to say Chung Pong. It's not Chung Pong. It's the water Chung Pong. I can't remember his name, dude. But that one, he kind of similar to the how he would be used, but like not as often. I would say that one is a 5-star, so it's not bad. These two, the LDs are 4 stars for this guy. First skill, same thing, provokes. Attacks in the second skill, attacks the enemy 2 times. The first hit grants as a irresistible effect. Second skill will grant stun and does damage proportional HP. Third skill is a actual skill. Attacks the enemy 3 times. The first hit removes all beneficial effects. And okay, attacks the enemy 3 times. The first hit removes all beneficial effects. Okay, attacks the enemy. Okay. It strips everything. The second hit relieves a branding effect for 2 turns, and the third hit grants Oblivion for 2 turns. The damage of this skill is proportional to max HP. He's not. He seems like a siege. This guy definitely is a siege unit. I would say. He seems pretty good in siege. Yeah, he stuns. He seems like a siege defense unit. Depending on what his leader skills are, if they have leader skills, he might actually be very good. But honestly, even if he doesn't have a leader skill, I think he'll still be good. The dark one attacks enemy, same thing with provokes. Attacks enemy 3 times, decreases their attack speed for 2 turns with a 50% chance. Each hit recovers your okay. This is the attacks the enemies. This one's like the water one, same thing. Heals him, attacks and slows and heals himself. And then grant, if they have a debuff, I should say, grants, and then third skill grants the counterattack effect on self, okay, for 1 turn, and attacks the enemy target 2 times to increase the chance of landing as a glancing hit for 2 turns, and the attacks and then attacks all enemies to provoke them for 1 turn. Okay, so glancing hit. Okay, so okay. Okay, so this guy seems not terrible. Basically his third skill is gives himself a counterattack a buff, and it gives the enemy glancing hits, and then one enemy glancing hit, right? Attacks the enemy 2 times to increase their chance of glancing hit, and then attacks all enemies to provoke for 1 turn. So attacks one for the glancing hit, and then the other ones it'll give them a provoke effect for 1 turn. He doesn't seem terrible, but I do think this one's pretty good and this one's pretty good. I don't think the rest of them are crazy, but I think this guy might be good too. But I think the light one's probably the best based on just the skills I've read. Okay. Now the Fire Nina is a 4-star. Okay, is a 4-star. It attacks the enemy to stun for 1 turn. Right? Yes. It is attack type as well. Second skill, attacks the enemy 3 times. The first hit removes 1 beneficial effects with a 60% chance. And the second hit, attacks to remove 1 beneficial effect. And the second and third hit decrease their defense for 2 turns with a 60% chance. So strips into defense breaks. It's not 100%, maybe. Maybe the skill will bring it up to 100%, that would be cool. But it strips a single strip and then, Move 1, yeah, single strip and then defense breaks twice. Depending on her leader skills, could be decent in siege, but third skill, attack 74 times to decrease its max HP by the damage dealt and increase the skill cooldown by 1 each. So does it destroy? Destroy the... It's okay, yeah. So it's attacks 4 times, destroys, and then increases their cooldowns by 1 turn. That's actually not bad. Because it attacks 4 times, additional damage is not bad. Depending on her leader skills and such, she might be decent siege unit. Like if she has speed lead, then I do think this would be a really good siege unit. But we'll see. The water one is a support and is a 5-star. Attacks enemy and stuns for a 30% chance. Second skill, attacks the enemy 3 times. The first hit removes 1 beneficial effect. The second with a 60% chance, and the second and third hit decrease defense. So same thing with the water. The fire one just hits strips and then defense break. Third skill is a passive though. Inflict continuous damage for 2 turns on each attack. In addition, increase your attack bar by 100% when an enemy with 50% or when an enemy with 50% HP or below recovers HP. Okay. So if they heal, so if they have a Nana, or Riley, this guy's broken. So every single hit will apply a 2-turn dot, and every single time they heal, if they're lower than 50% HP, then she'll instantly get a turn. And then she'll be able to do something. Okay, she's crazy. She actually seems pretty good. She seems really good in siege defense. Honestly, she seems crazy in siege defense. And a siege offense pretty decently as well, but a siege defense actually seems pretty good. Depending on her leader skills and etc., she could be very used in high siege. Wind one is attack and 4-star, so it's not a support like the other one. Attacks the enemy to stun for 1 turn. Yes. Second skill, attacks the enemy 2 times. First hit grants the silent effect for 1 turn with a 60% chance, and the second hit decreases their attack power and for 2 turns. Wait, okay, so does a silence and then attack bar. I think it's the same as whichever one we got. I think it was the light one we saw. So it's a silence effect and attack power break as well, which is not terrible. Third skill is attacks the enemy to deal damage that increases by 15% for each beneficial effect granted on yourself and harmful effect granted on the enemy. That could be very interesting for dungeons. Does damage according to 15%. That actually seems pretty decent in dungeons, potentially. That seems interesting. Maybe. Depending on how her AI works, she might be useful in dungeons. Like an R5 that actually might be crazy. Anywhere else, I honestly think she's a gimmick. She might, I mean, if she had a crazy leader skill in Siege, then yes, I do think she'll be used there, but other than that, I don't think so. And then her light and dark ones are both 5 stars, and they're both support as well. The light one, I'm pretty sure we saw before, right? First skill is stuns. The second skill attacks the enemy 2 times, does a silence effect for 60% chance, and the second hit attack power decrease. Yes, the same as the light wind one. Third skill attacks all enemies 4 times. The first hit grants seal effect for 1 turn. The second hit and third hit block them from removing harmful effects for 2 turns, and the last hit deals additional damage by 10% of their max HP if the target is granted with a harmful effect. So seals and second hits block, and then seals blocks them from recovery, from cleansing, and then does additional damage. She doesn't seem crazy. She seems like an RTA unit exclusively, which I don't really like. I don't play RTA, so it's whatever. The dark one attacks enemy to stun for 30% chance, and then the second skill attacks enemy 3 times. The first hit removes one beneficial effect, and then okay, this is the one that strips, and then defense breaks. Defense breaks. The third skill is a passive. It's very long. Grants mark on the grants mark on the enemy with the lowest max HP, and if the target is removed from battle, mark is granted on the next target. This skill does not activate in boss battles and can be granted on a single target at a time. Mark is granted on the lowest HP, and if the target is removed, I'll go on next. Okay, we don't know what Mark does, but this one says, I'm assuming, increase damage. Increase the damage that all allies deal to the marked target by 25%. The caster absorbs the attack bar by 20% whenever attacking the marked target. She seems like she could be really good in Siege and RTA. So basically she has a chance to stun. Very low chance. Second skill is a strip defense break. And then the passive is just it marks an enemy. Everyone does increased damage to that target. And if you attack the target, it'll absorb the attack bar by 20% whenever attacking them. Yeah, that seems pretty good. She seems not bad. I think the best one, I honestly think she's really good. I think he's decent. I think he's cool. I think this guy, is it this guy? No, it's this one. This one is crazy. This one looks cool. I think these ones are decent. Um, and I honestly don't remember anything else. But there's a few things on this guy. We've seen this guy before. He's basically gonna be hopefully good in Snow Fortress. He's the one that everyone gets for free, so we will get him for free. But these are pretty good units. In a few hours, when they actually come into game, I'm gonna summon, and I'll make a summon video for them, and I'll also look at their leader skills. And if you want to see this is how much I have saved, a decent amount, not a crazy amount. I will probably get one, maybe two 5 stars. I'm hoping for two. And I'm hoping to get. I'm hoping. Ooh, there's a lot more stuff here now. Would you look at that? But this will be. These will come out in a few minutes. I mean, let's just scroll through. Okay, so 10 for 1. This is cool. The buyback mechanic is very good. This next event, it's just a minigame event. Okay. The Collab skill event. Okay, this is really good. This one will let you skill up either. Yeah, it'll skill up a 5 star and a 4 star, which is very nice. Very, very nice. I will might do the fire. This guy, he seems pretty cool. I think, or if I get some an LD4, I might use that one. This is just a sticker collection event. Okay, this is just a normal event. And the next ones, there's a lot more events. I actually didn't know. That makes sense though. Tekken store event. Okay, this is not bad. So save your energy until this event starts, I would say. And then next one. Okay, obviously, and then yeah, this guy for free. You get some rage stat for him, and you get some emotes. I like it. This is a really cool event. His guy actually does look cool. Honestly, just based by looks, is this the just based by looks? I think this guy's really cool. This guy's really cool. I think I said he was dumb in the first one, but no, he's actually really cool. This dark one, I want so bad. If I had to pick any unit in all of these, I would honestly pick this dark one right here. I'm not even kidding. I would pick this dark one. And then after that, I might pick this water one. And then maybe what was this one? Target image. Uh, that might be it, honestly. I think I would rather, out of all of them, I'd pick this one, and then probably this one, and then whatever I get, I'm gonna be happy with all of them, honestly. But if I don't get this one, I will do this one, and as the skill up event, and show you guys in that one. All right, I'm very happy for this event. It's actually really cool. I've never played Tekken, but I'm thinking about maybe playing Tekken now. Like, my golly, these units are cool. I don't play fighting games ever. The only one I played was Mortal Kombat when I was about like 12. So, yes. But I will be in about, so it's like 4 or 5 hours from time of recording. Wait, is it 4 hours? 4 hours from the time of recording. I am going to be summoning everything and looking at their leader skills if they're relevant. And hope to see you guys in that video.